Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, some sad news coming out from Hollywood today. The actor David Warner died at 80. He died 5 days short of getting to 81. He's been acting since the 60s. He did a lot of films in the 70s. He was in Exorcist. He's done a lot of films in the 80s and 90s and noughties. He was in Titanic. But Star Trek fans know him most for his two roles in Star Trek 5 and 6. Playing different characters. He played John Talbot in Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, which I didn't think was that memorable, but his next role in Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country as Chancellor Gorkon, the Klingon Chancellor in Star Trek VI, was brilliant. And that's what I remember him for. I kind of forget that he was in Star Trek V. And he was also, of course, in Next Generation, playing the Cardassian interrogator, with Patrick Stewart in Chain of Command, and that's sort of what a lot of people talk about. But for me, Gorkon was the more memorable role. So it's weird because he's been in so many films. He's just so often you see him in films. The idea that he's gone and won't be in any more films is quite strange. And another actor who recently died as well was in Star Trek. Paul Sorvino. I don't think of him as a Star Trek actor though. I think I mostly think of him as Mira Sorvino's father. But, I mean, he was in, of course, Goodfellas, and I think he was in The Sopranos. And he was in Star Trek Next Generation season 6 or 7 episode. I think it was called Homeworld? I don't know. I can't remember. I've seen it, and I have to remind myself that he's in it whenever I see it. But for me, he's always going to be Madonna's father from Papa Don't Preach. He was in the video for that. So that was the first time I ever saw him in anything, and that's what I've watched that performance a million times. And it is a serious acting performance, even though it's a music video. He took it seriously, she took it seriously. That's why it's such a classic. So that's what I think of him as Madonna's father in Papa Don't Preach. So, I mean, it's just strange when people pass that you're familiar with, that you see their performances regularly, and the idea that they're not around anymore, and yet they still live in their performances. It's kind of strange. But I think it was 83, so it's a bit sad to lose two people like that, very close together as well. I mean, David Warner, though, he was just in so many films, it's going to be so strange not to see him again in something. Paul Sorvino, I really only thought of him as Madonna's father, even though I knew he was in other things. And he sort of became famous later. He wasn't really a big star when he did Papa Don't Preach. But he was a serious actor. He took it seriously. It was nice. And it's just sad to see him go. Condolences to, Mira. And, yeah, I just wanted to comment on that because they both sort of came up in one of the Star Trek sites because he played Worf's brother. So it's a memorable, important role, the brother of a main lead character, but he was only in one episode, and I never found that episode very memorable. Like I said, I can't even remember the name of the episode to this day. But R.I.P. David Warner, R.I.P. Paul Sorvino. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.